Hi everyone, it's Sam here. Today we're taking a look at the Wilson Blade V10 series, the latest generation of one of the most popular control rackets. The Blade has long been known for its connected feel, precision, and classic thin beam design. With this latest generation, Wilson keeps that signature Blade feel while introducing updates aimed at making the racket more aggressive, more stable, and a bit easier to access power. Overall, the Blade line is built for players who want more control, feel, and confidence when they swing big. That being said, there are different models that suit a range of playing styles and levels. With the Blade V10, Wilson focused on adding a bit more aggression and stability while keeping the feel that defines the Blade line. The biggest updates in this generation are Turbo Taper, found only in the Blade 98 models, and an updated Stable Feel Plus system across the whole lineup. Turbo Taper will help you get more consistent depth on your shots through a variable beam thickness starting at the top of the head of 21.5 millimeters down to 20.5 millimeters. Adds a bit more pop while keeping the control-focused response. Stable Feel Plus is an evolution of Wilson's Stable Feel technology from the V9. The update enhances stability for greater responsiveness, so the racket feels a bit more solid and controlled when you're swinging at higher speeds. Beyond those updates, the Blade keeps its signature feel and control with 45-degree for connection, direct connect for stability, and parallel drilling for a more consistent, forgiving response. Now, let's break down some of the key questions players have about the Blade lineup.
Is the Blade just a control-oriented racket, or does it have some power?
Control-oriented rackets like the Blade series prioritize precision and rely on the player to generate power. However, with the V10, it is a bit more aggressive than before, so it is easier to access power than its predecessor, but you do still get that precision.
Is the Blade flexible or stiff?
The Blade series is more flexible than many modern rackets, contributing to its signature feel, comfort, and control potential. With the V10, added stability and responsiveness complement that flex, delivering a more solid, connected feel at impact.
What's the difference between the Blade 98 models and the 100?
The Blade 98 models are more control-focused with a smaller head size and added mass for a precise connected feel and a stronger, more aggressive game. The 100 models, while still control-orientated, are a bit more forgiving and easier to use, offering greater maneuverability, extra power, and a larger sweet spot.
Should I go with the 16x19 or 18x20?
If you're deciding between the two Blade 98 string patterns, the 16x19 is going to feel a bit more lively, giving you easier access to spin and a slightly higher launch angle, and a bit more power, of course. The 18x20 string pattern is tighter and more controlled. It keeps the ball on a lower trajectory and gives you a more precise, predictable response, especially if you like to hit flatter or you take big cuts at the ball.
Is it forgiving on off-center hits?
For a control racket, it's reasonably forgiving. You still get the most out of it when you're hitting cleanly. However, the updated Stable Feel Plus technology in the V10 does help make off-center shots feel more manageable than previous versions. So with that in mind, let's take a look at which blade makes the most sense for your game. The Blade lineup is designed for players who prioritize control and feel, but there are a variety of options depending on how you play. The lineup we carry includes the Blade 98 in both the 16x19 and the 18x20 string patterns, along with the 100, 100L, 100UL, and 104. Heavier models like the Blade 98 frames at 305 grams are ideal for advanced players who want maximum stability and precision. Midweight options like the Blade 100 at 300 grams offer a strong balance of control with a little more power and maneuverability for competitive players. Lighter versions like the Blade 100L, 100UL, and 104, ranging from 285 down to 265 grams, make the Blade more accessible for players who still want that signature feel in an easier to swing package. So, if you're a fan of the Blade V9 and love the feel, you'll like the V10. It's still a control racket that it's always been, but now with easier access to power.